The end is a barren wasteland with practically nothing to do. Don't let these shaders fool you. Once you beat the dragon, get the elytra, and farm some shulker boxes, you're done. The community has been asking for an end update ever since we got the Nether update, but everyone has different ideas about what it should have. In this video, I'll talk about why we need an end update and what it needs to be one of the best versions of Minecraft. First of all, we need more challenges for survival Minecraft. Update 1.16 added netherite gear, but it isn't really very useful. Let me explain. Netherite armor has exactly the same defense as diamond armor, the only difference being that it has more armor toughness and knockback resistance. Armor toughness works the following way. When an attack deals a lot of damage, armor becomes less effective. Armor toughness reduces this effect. So, you will only notice the difference between netherite and diamond armor when fighting heavy-hitting enemies, like Vindicators, Piglin Brutes, or Ravagers. The Warden doesn't count as you're not supposed to fight it, and it ignores armor. We need more challenges that actually require you to have netherite armor, so farming for it makes more sense. And updating the end is one of the best ways to do it. But what should an end update have? End gateways are one of the most unique features in Minecraft, and the end should be based on that idea. Every time you beat the dragon, a new gateway will appear in the main island that will teleport you to a random location in the end. You can then later use the gateways to get back into the main island. Additionally, there's a second type of end gateway that appears randomly through the end that also teleports you back to the main island, so you don't have to go all the way back after exploring for a while. There should be a third type of end gateway that you can find all over the end, and instead of teleporting you back to the main island, teleports you to a random location in the end, which would make exploring the end very different from exploring the overworld or nether. These third types of intradimensional portals could just generate randomly, or there could be a new mob that once beaten generates a portal that we can use as many times as we want, or maybe a new food that when eaten teleports you to a random location in the end. We could also have temporal portals, and there's an infinite amount of ideas to play around this. And get this, once you move to random faraway locations in the end, you can go back to the main island by just finding a regular end gateway anywhere you go, so you won't have to go all the way back. But those portals are completely useless if there's nothing to do in the end. So we will ask for a new enchantment for the bow, the Enderbow enchantment. This enchantment will allow you to shoot ender pearls with your bow, just like arrows, allowing you to teleport much further and easily. To balance this enchantment, we will make the bow consume ender pearls, and make this enchantment incompatible with infinity, so you need to have ender pearls to use it. This is extremely fun to use, and would make a great addition to the game. We can add this enchantment as loot in any new dungeon, or maybe as a trade from new NPCs. Maybe throwing your bow in a new liquid makes it come back enchanted. Maybe killing a new mob or boss with a bow will enchant it with Enderbow. There's infinite possibilities. But that's not enough. We need a new material to make armor and tools out of. However, adding caves and ores to the end doesn't make much sense, as it's formed by floating islands. What we could do is add a new rare mob that drops this new material, and after hunting them for a while, you will have enough to make your new gear. This would make it a very different experience compared to mining for ancient debris. This gear shouldn't be better than netherite. It should be an alternative upgrade to diamond instead, so you can choose between both of them. Ideally, they would be different enough so you would have to get both and use one or the other, depending on the situation. The armor, instead of adding knockback resistance and increasing the armor toughness, could add a different effect. I like the idea of chorus fruit teleporting you like an enderman, and we could maybe make the armor do that. Perhaps when you receive damage, or when you press a button or do something, who knows. When it comes to the regular tools, to make them different from netherite, we could maybe make them have less durability, but make them have a better enchantability, so it's easier to get good enchantments on them with an enchanting table. All the loot is fine, but we also need challenging and fun stuff to do. Update 1.21 reworked Bad Omen, and we can work with that by adding a new ominous event. A good idea would be adding a new rare structure shaped like an arena. If you enter the arena with Bad Omen, you will activate the event. Consists in 10 rounds, each round having different enemies. It can use endermites and endermen, and probably new stronger enderman variants. The final round can have a bigger Enderman mini-boss with 100 hearts besides the regular enemies. As a reward, you can get the drops of the mobs you beat. Maybe some of them drop the new material for better gear, and maybe the boss can drop the Enderbow enchantment, or something different completely new. A good idea for another new structure would be some kind of fortress or castle that generates procedurally made out of purple blocks. A good gimmick to make this dungeon unique would be adding a new enemy, the Banshees, that can fly and will kill the player in one hit. However, we can add a new shield, amulet, or totem, such that if you have it equipped or in your inventory, the Banshees no longer kill you in one hit, and deal 3 or 4 hearts of damage instead. And how can we get this new shield? Add it as loot in the ancient cities, or maybe make it craftable with echo shards. That way we are connecting 2 structures in the game. Or perhaps we can make it obtainable another way. This gimmick is great, as you can still try to beat the dungeon without the shield, but it's a lot harder. I would also like to see new NPCs to trade with in a different way, but seeing that Mojang barely ever gets them right, I'm not so sure. Before finishing, we have to address another issue with the end, and that's the dragon fight. The dragon fight is boring and needs a rework. Yes, another one. The dragon is always too far away to hit it, and you're most of the time just waiting for it to come. And it's super boring. Just make it more aggressive so it charges the player more often, and that it's way closer to the player so it actually feels like a fight. Also, the dragon should probably be made immune to explosions, or else you can just beat it easily with a couple of beds. And these are some ideas I came up with that would make this update add new valuable content to the game. Of course, I didn't dive deep in the new biomes, mobs, and materials the dimension should have, which is very important to improve the ambiance. However, those features don't make an update, so I focused in important additions that would make the game feel brand new without breaking what we already have. Did you like these ideas? What other ideas would you like to see in an end update? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, I'm sure you will also enjoy this video. Thanks for watching.